Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, everybody? Big D here. It's time to review Arrow Season 3, Episode 9, titled The Climb, which is the mid-season finale. Whoa, what just happened? This is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the episode, please go to the cw.com/Arrow. Watch the full episode there, man, and come back. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the whole episode, pros to cons, give you my final score at the end. Thanks so much for joining me. And again, mid-season finale, kind of a big deal. So let's get started, man. First off, we see Oliver climbing, and then it says 48 hours earlier. So it did like what the Flash did when he's chasing Reverse Flash in the beginning, and then it says 1 day earlier, basically like that. So Maceo, he's still alive. He's part of the League of Assassins. Or is it League of Shadows? It's League of Assassins or League of Shadows, man. So Thea learns of Sarah because Laurel tells her. And Oliver killed Sarah. At least that's what the computers are saying of what Caitlin and Cisco and them have doing their evidence. That's what it says. So there's a flashback where Oliver and Maceo are going after the Omega, and someone took it. So back in present day, Merlin and Thea were back on October 7th, which was the pilot, or not the pilot, season premiere of Season 3. They landed, and that was the episode where Sarah was killed. And Thea was with Merlin that day, and she said she was in Corto Maltese. So, liar. So Ray's fiance, or wife, future wife, died of Deathstroke's guards. They broke her neck, basically. Mama Lance, which is Laura's mom, Sarah's mom, is back, man, and she finds out about Sarah. Roz or Raish, I'm going to say Roz. Roz killed a bunch of guys, dude. He was just badass and ended up stabbing them. Arrow visits Thea, and basically Thea starts hitting Arrow, and she knows how to fight, and then she just jumps off the balcony, so that's one of my favorite scenes, man. And Thea killed Sarah. There is footage. Merlin basically mind-controlled her with this thing called drug Vitra. So he basically threatens Oliver, saying that he will show the League, and it'll put like Thea as a marker for Roz to kill, or the League. So after that, which is Maceo, he's technically called C-Rob, and he still likes Oliver, and he says, I don't want to see you die. So basically there's a flashback where China White takes Tutsu, which is Maceo's wife, and we see the Atom suit, but it's just a look of design and everything, not actually physically there, but that looked pretty cool. And then after that, man, Oliver says, "I love you" to Felicity again. And Oliver Queen, he goes and he fights Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, and he fights him. It's about a 2-minute fight at most, and it's intense, and the choreography, and after that, Oliver gets stabbed, and he dies, or most likely plummets to his death. But he's not totally dead, because there's something called the Lazarus Pit, or something like that. So he's not dead. Calm down. Anyway, what did I think about the mid-season finale, man? Was this episode amazing? Was it cool? Was it great? What did I think about it? Well, it was freaking cool. Was it the best episode of Season 3? Yeah, that's hard to talk about that. But I'll get with my cons first. First off, I wasn't really feeling the flashbacks. The flashbacks weren't doing much for me. Especially, it was cool when China White and Tutsu were fighting. That was cool, but it didn't finish the fight. Also, just the flashbacks of him still trying to interrogate and all that, it wasn't as entertaining as present day. The timeline is confusing. Now, when it said 48 hours earlier, and then they jump back to him climbing and back and jumped, it's confusing at points, and I was thinking, I was like, is this future, or is this past, or is this 48 hours ago? It's hard to explain. I wasn't really feeling it, and this is just my own piece. This ain't the show's fault. It was just the way I was at, and I was lying on a bed and watching it, and I just wasn't getting the feelings. Now, there were a couple, I teared, there was a little emotional in there, but I wasn't getting the feelings. I wasn't getting it for some reason. I wasn't like, oh man, no. Nothing like that, really. Like when Oliver got stabbed, I was like, boom, just as predicted, because it is predictable. This show is predictable, at least this episode is predictable. There were rumors already earlier today that Oliver would get killed. It makes sense. It's mid-season finale. He's facing Ra's al Ghul. Makes sense. Am I right? So, of course they're going to do that. So, it was like, you saw it coming. You really did. It was 2 minutes left in the battle. You're like, oh, there's 2 minutes until the show ends. I'm pretty sure something's going to go down. So, obviously, it's predictable. Now, the pros. The action and the choreography and the stunts and the fighting in this episode is quite spectacular, and it is very entertaining at most. The Thea twist that she killed Sarah and everything, that was a shock to me, actually. I did not see that coming. That was pretty cool. Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul himself, just the actor Matt Nobel, he wouldn't be my number one pick, obviously, for Ra's al Ghul, but he's still not my favorite. Like, I'm not used to him yet, but I will get there. But he's really cool, and just the secrets revealed about Sarah's death and everything, and they still haven't told Lance yet, but still they revealed secrets, and just the effects of Oliver and his reaction, his last breath, of how he's thinking back through all his life, and then he just falls, of course, because he kicks him. The reaction and the acting of Stephen Amell just brings it to life, man. So overall, I'm going to give the mid-season finale, The Climb, a A-, which is a 9.25 out of 10, man. Secondarily, I'd give it a solid B. So, that's what I thought about the mid-season finale, man. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I didn't have the feeling at points, but overall, it brought me joy towards the end. And it makes me sad that we have to wait till January 21st. That is when it returns with the second part of the season. So, 3-4 weeks we have to wait. But overall, I'm so happy that they made this episode go down with a showdown. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope all of you enjoyed. Don't forget, I also review today Supernatural and American Horror Story for y'all. See you all January 21st. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned to all my Arrow news. And, Arrow, my favorite DC comic book hero. I just gotta say that right now. So very great directing, good choreography, all that. There was a little, a moment where it was dry and the feeling where I didn't feel it. But again, that's just my fault overall. But still, it didn't ruin the experience, except it was kind of predictable. But that's up to your take. Thanks so much. Comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite part of tonight's episode. And I'll see you guys soon.